OMDC Family.
Hi,
Hello.
you guys.
How's everybody?
Welcome back to our channel. We are so happy to be here today. It's a beautiful day.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful day. Glad to come back on here expeditiously.
Right.
Didn't take us too long this time.
We're doing better with that, as promised. We want to come back with more content. And as you can see, we are introducing to you guys OMDC News.
It's the OMDC News.
OMDC News.
How do you make that sound?
Right. Remember them days?
We don't know everything, but we just get wind of things and we figure, hey, it's our channel. Let's share and see what you guys think about what's going on in the cruise community.
Exactly.
In the cruise world.
Right.
You know, things that we find out about, we want to find out what you guys think about it as well. Not just because we're anticipating our own cruise or anything, but yeah, we want to know what you think about what this new stuff, but you know what I mean? That's going on now.
Stuff.
Yes.
And how we feel about it. And of course, we want to know how you feel about it. Like I said, this is our community, our OMDC community. So Mommy thought it was a great idea to do OMDC News. I said, that's a great idea.
You know, not that we know everything.
Right, we don't.
It takes a lot of research to get the correct facts to present to you guys.
Right.
So, but we're starting out now today because we just, obviously had an idea once we heard what new things are going on in the cruise industry. And we just felt we would come on and make a video and ask you guys what you guys think about it and had you heard about it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, to add on to that, while we're doing this video, we shared a post on our community here on YouTube, and we shared on our Instagram about some news regarding some new cruise ships. And
the bottom line is that we have heard. I guess we just put it out there.
We just get to
the chase.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drag it out. So, as you may have heard, Carnival is coming out with 3 new mega ships in the very near future. And my feelings have been about larger cruise ships that maybe they're too large. Maybe, it's too much going on. Then when I heard that Carnival's coming out with 3 in the very near future, we wanted to find out from you guys, our followers and subscribers, what do you think about this new thing that Carnival is doing?
Right. Not to cut you off, but to add on to it. And it's not just 3 new ships, because we know Carnival over the years, they come out with ships and we get excited about it.
Ships.
But these are mega ships. And I'm like, all right, now, y'all doing too much. That's the first thing I said to myself. Like, y'all doing too much. So the cruise is, we got our little notes, y'all. We told you this is new for us.
News.
OMDC News. So we found out, again, like Mama Cruiser said, they're launching 3 new class ships, right? And what stood out to us is that these ships are each going to be carrying or going to be able to accommodate at least 8,000 or more people.
Passengers and crew.
Right.
And in our past experience, as we continue, there's so much to say about it. On this end, in our experience, and that's why I took a mental note to mention a large ship for us was the Carnival Horizon. And I don't think we've been on a Carnival ship larger than the Horizon. So we're speaking right now specifically of Carnival, because we know that there's mega ships out there from other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean. Okay, so Carnival Horizon, again, being what we experience as the largest cruise ship we've been on. Right. And that capacity is, I think, just a little under 4,000. And we thought that was
so.
Yeah. I think it's 3,960. 3,960 plus or minus the crew. I'm not sure.
Because like you said, that was the largest one we've ever been on by Carnival. Yeah.
Since we're speaking of what Carnival is putting out right now, and these mega ships they're putting out now, they're talking 8,000.
I was like, wait a minute now.
And it's that's a lot. So the thought came to us, collectively, is like, let's go on and ask you guys what you think about so many people on a cruise ship. We know when you go on cruises, you go shopping for different reasons. You want to know how many passengers on the ship, how much is it capable of carrying, is it too large, is it too big, is it too wide, how many, what kind of activities are on there,
And everybody cruises for different reasons.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just like it's starting to become.
It's getting out of.
In our opinion,
yes, our opinion,
and because it's our preference. Yes, because everybody has their own preference on how they like to cruise, right? Well, we all know, those of us who are Carnival lovers, we all know Carnival's trade, their brand is Fun Ship. Right. We know that that's what they're about. They have activities, they have spontaneous things that they do sometimes, games, other activities. We know this, right? Yeah. Plus, it's family oriented as well, so you got to consider the children. Yeah, all the things.
But the reality. Sorry.
No, you're good. But I'm just saying, like, we just want to know your thoughts because we're going to share our thoughts too. But it's like I feel like the bigger things get, it's like, what kind of experience are you really going to have? Like, is it going to be too much for you? Is it going to be perfect for you? Is it going to be what? What you going to say, Mom?
And it's just like, I think the thing I thought about the most when they talk about these groups, if they're bringing so much, I don't want to say too much because it's a business and right. Some people love it, but reality is that, especially people in my age bracket, we're coming into that time of life where we're a little older and things seem a little bit over the top. But sometimes things are just common sense, I guess I like to say, because what I've said to daughter cruiser here is that it seems like they're bringing onto the ocean everything that you left on land.
Right. It's like, defeats the purpose.
How much more can you pile and pile and pile on a cruise ship and make it longer as soon as you can take the whole island and call it a cruise ship? It's don't get us wrong, family. It's not really a complaint, more so than a serious observation that how much bigger do you want the cruise ships to be? How many more people do you want to carry out to sea and call it a relaxing experience when there's more people?
And is it a competitive thing? Because we all know other cruises, like you said, Royal Caribbean, they have all these wonderful things on there, spaceships, island cities, Central Park. Like, we from New York, so they're naming some of their areas on the ship, for an example, after some places in New York. And it's like, I thought the reason people want to go on cruises and get away from the city is to get away from their everyday, to experience the ocean. And I'm not saying you can't beautify the ship and have unique things on there that brings you tranquility, because that's beautiful too, especially if you don't go to the spa. There should be some little areas on the ship that just brings you that extra bit of relaxation, even if you're not physically on an island yet. But I just think when you're making ships bigger and bigger and bigger, my only thought is that you want to add more things to it, including people. And I feel like, personally, now that we're getting into our opinion about it, is that it kind of takes away from that, in our opinion. Again, this goes back to why you cruise. What is your why, is what I tell people that I work with.
I love it.
What is your why? Why do you cruise? What are your expectations? What are you looking forward to? Whether you're a parent, single, whatever bracket you find yourself in, we ask, what are your expectations? What do you look forward to when you cruise? And is this new change to these cruise ships something you dread? Something you are excited about, curious about? Like, how will that affect your cruising experience overall?
Right.
That's, I think, what we want to ask you guys in our personal conversations off camera is, like, is it too much? Like, I don't need all of that.
So for us, because since we keep saying this is what we think, what our opinion is, so we're giving that to you already. What we think is it's too much.
Yeah.
Not that we love cruising, we love Carnival because of the fact that it says it's the fun ship, and it is, and it can be. And we also tell ourselves, we know so many things happen on cruise ships, these days that get blown up. Oh, there was a fight on that, and oh, this one is the Walmart of the seas, and all that, this and that, and all these little negative, not too nice comments that people make. And we have experienced negative things on a cruise ship, but just to say, this is less than 8,000 people.
So imagine.
And things go on. Kids are running around. And you get mad, I don't want to go on that cruise ship because it has this and that and there's too many kids. oh, it's too small, it's too big, this and that and the other. But we always tell ourselves before we leave this house and get our transportation to the cruise port, whatever we can't avoid negatively, we're not going to allow that to limit or mess up our fun. We went to have a good time, except for weather, of course.
Well, obviously, yes. but it's what you make
the behavior of people, So saying that to say now, double that with 8,000 people on a cruise ship. Yes, the ship is longer, and we always say once when people get visions or not visions, videos of what is it? The deck parties.
The deck party,
and it's packed with people. Non-cruisers or first-time cruisers can misconstrue that to mean that, oh my God, look how crowded that ship is.
Right.
That's just one area for a short period of time. And then those crowds are going to disperse to do other things that are available on the cruise ship.
Exactly.
But you don't want to put 15,000 new things on the cruise ship and make the ship so big that you don't even feel like you left the port because the ship is so big.
Right. It just, as soon as you give this, while you're talking, I'm getting this visual of just mass chaos. Like, I don't know. I guess all the natural disaster movies we tend to watch a lot, but it's like, I understand it's a business, like Mama Cruiser said, and it can be a good thing for some people. But again, this is our news and this is our community, and we wanted to share with you our thoughts about this, and we want to know your thoughts too. So don't forget to leave a comment down below, please.
What these ships are.
Oh yes, we gotta tell you what.
We're blabbing.
I know, because we're just like, because they're supposed to be 3 from what we research. It's supposed to be 3. All 3 are again supposed to be like 8,000, just about 8,000 plus, and that's including crew as well. So, Ma, what's those ships?
Okay, so we have there's going to be the Carnival Festival, and also mind you that these ships are named after old Carnival ships from way back, decades ago, and they're renamed just like some of the other ones, Jubilee and Panorama. So we got the Festival coming out. Festival, excuse me, in 2027. And then you have the Tropical that's expected in 2028. And then there's a third ship that's being called, it's not so much named, but it's being named as, or being called or referred to as Project Ace.
It's like a code name.
And that's, because it's not a named ship yet, but this is
they call it a code name.
Yes, it's supposed to be the biggest, I believe, and that's going to be expected in 2029. And I've also seen that there's something going as far into even 2031.
Which is what I was going to tell you about. So I was going to share that too. There's 2 more ships.
So it's like, and they're all big. We're not talking 3,000 or 4,000 capacity. It's at least 8,000.
But like Mother Cruiser said, there are 2 more that we discovered that's coming back out. That's going to come out in 2031 and 2033.
Yes.
So besides these 3 that they're currently working on now, again, we're discovering now that there are going to be 2 more few years later after that. So there's going to be 2 more in 2031 and then another one in 2033.
Yeah, and those 2, I believe, are what's covered under the Project Ace.
Yeah.
Because they're not, no names are thrown out. But the bottom line is that, we understand that the cruise industry, it's business, and it's about money. It's about dollars, and it's about get people on. But it's also about what are you putting on the ships and how big they are and how, I want to say bulky or whatever. I don't know if that's the right word for a cruise ship. But when you see them, because if you remember, I don't know how many of you guys watch some of my thing is I like watching cruise content videos on YouTube.
We do.
And one of our, I don't want to say competitors, like I own a cruise ship, but one of the cruise ships that came out got labeled the lasagna of the sea.
Yes, I remember. Yep, that's right. I remember from like a while back too.
I mean, because for me, when I look at a cruise ship, I mean, I can't even tell you how when we're on a maybe second, third cruise, going down the highway next to the river, almost at the cruise port, and you can see the cruise ship from a distance. It gives you such a feeling of joy because it's pretty. Look at all. I'm telling you, I don't like to be negative about naming giving negative names to cruise ships, like, the Walmart of the seas, and then we call that one the lasagna of the seas.
Which one was that? That was
I believe it was a Royal Caribbean cruise ship that got, I think it was the Oasis. It might have been the Oasis that was called that. Mm-hmm. And my opinion, I would keep saying that whenever I put something in there negative, that thing is so ugly. To me, it's like, it's monstrous to me. It doesn't,
especially when they show it at night.
Oh, look, that's so beautiful.
Because all the lights.
You want it to give you a sense of, that's so beautiful. can't wait to be able to cruise on that. But it's like, it just looks so odd.
It does.
And so you just kind of put in the back, looks like it might just drop off because there's so much stuff.
It does look like that.
And it's...
Now that I think about it. We've seen it, but it's like the more I think about it, it's like, it does. It's not appealing.
Some people don't think of that. It's a cruise ship. It's big. Yay, I want to get on. Then that's it. But like we said, this video, we're giving you what we think and what we feel about cruise ships that are going beyond our preferred capacity. Mm-hmm.
And what that would actually entail and what that would look like. Again, what is your preference? Like I mentioned earlier. What are your expectations? Because maybe some of you, again, like I said, you don't mind mommy's phone going off. Be on mute. Like, what is cruising like for you? Sometimes you want to go on cruises that are just chill, but then people will also say, well, then don't go on Carnival. Go on another ship that's just, no children allowed and such and such and such. Yeah, and that's true too.
You have to shop your cruise.
You do. Like mother said.
That's what I call it.
Right, shop your cruise. But again, if this is the cruise ship you like and they have a history of just being just right for you, but now they're going above and beyond now, to seemingly keep up with the Joneses, if you will. It's kind of like you're doing too much.
The big ship competition. And
that's because that's how it's coming across. It's coming across like it's a competition.
And it does present other issues, as you guys may still be aware that there's another ship out there now that was what do you call it?
Inaugurated. Okay.
And that's the MSC World America.
Right.
And now the look of the ship, I have to say, is beautiful, but it's big. But the fact that it has its own cruise terminal in Miami. It has a separate, and at this rate, the way they're building ships, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, this OMDC news is new to us. So
right.
We're still trying to polish up our research so we can give you the good facts, But as far as I know, with these new Carnival cruise ships, I'm not sure if there is something being done to, I'm sure it is, to
they have to
add new cruise ports that can accommodate the larger ships.
Right.
The other issue also with these large cruise ships with all this stuff on top is that when they they won't be able to go to certain places because those cruise ships are too large to come all the way into port.
Exactly.
The water is not deep enough
to
accommodate huge ships like that. And that's another issue. And also there are cruise lines that I understand are trying to eliminate that issue so that the cruise ships don't have to tender when you get to certain cruise ports, because it's such another process. You get there,
you have to think about
there,
but
you're not there yet, because now you got to go get a ticket and go downstairs and wait for the tender to take you over to the island that you're going to.
It's a lot to consider.
To avoid that.
Right.
So you're not avoiding it unless they obviously have to come up with whatever their solution is going to be for these larger ships to be able to go into the port and not have to tender. So that's another thing.
So there's a lot of things to consider.
Yes, it's a lot.
But again, we didn't want to take up too much of your time with our first OMDC news. But it's just, as you can see, we're very passionate about this whole situation, this news, this enlightening news. And we really want to know your opinion. We value your opinion, OMDC family.
Yes, family.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, we're already excited about our upcoming cruise. So
it's getting closer.
So we're excited. But, again, if you're cruisers like us, these things matter.
Yes.
You pay attention to things like this. And we just want to know your thoughts. Okay. How do you feel about that? Did you even know about it, first of all? And if you didn't, I'm glad we were the ones to tell you.
Yeah.
OMDC News.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to let you know about these 3 new ships that are coming. They're huge, supposed to be. Not sure what all is going to entail. I'm pretty sure they're going to have the basic stuff and then add more stuff to it to make it more fun.
Yeah, you can research like I do and look up and see what they're doing.
And it's so many people talking about it now. Even people that we follow or we're friends with. Everybody's talking about it. So we wanted to bring it to you right here first on our OMDC News platform. And we wanted to know what you think about it.
Yeah, let us know.
Please let us know, because clearly, as you can see, we're kind of like up in the air about it. Yeah.
Well, personally, I don't have a desire to.
I mean, I'm like the same, but at the same time, it's like once it's done, I want to see what it looks like, and then I could really, really make a decision. But that 8,000 already had me like, nah.
Well, we like we said, we don't want to keep going around and around about the same thing that we feel. Excuse me, sorry, about we, all of us feel about cruising. What does cruising mean to you?
Exactly.
So once we can answer that question,
then it's like a
for yourself, you can decide that. Oh no, because even for us, I think at first sight or first thought, aside from knowing what things or what amenities are on the cruise ship, oh my God, Carnival Horizon has a movie theater. Oh, they got what?
And a roller coaster,
and then there's a Norwegian. What? They have a racetrack, what?
Right? And we were like, but it was okay though.
Too much, but see,
it was cool
to me. A ship like, I keep bringing that up, Carnival Horizon, because that was really the biggest for us.
Yeah,
that's, to me, that's enough.
Right.
And on that note, we're hearing also that the roller coaster is that on the? It's not the roller coaster. Is on the
Royal.
It's on the panorama, on the whatever.
One of them.
I'm sorry, we forgot our information, but that's being removed. It's being removed. They're taking it off. They're taking it off the ship, and they're going to make a larger water park instead.
Which I think makes more sense, because...
So bringing up things like that is that when you go on a cruise, what do you need a roller coaster?
That's what I'm saying. You're doing too much.
You go on a cruise and you got that's right. Horizon had the little pedal bike.
Yeah, but to me that's different.
But that's enough. And then you already have the not zip line. Well, Royal
it's like that obstacle course thing.
And you have the rope course. That's
the rope. Yeah.
And then you got the rock. I mean,
it's something to keep you moving.
But you want to make a big water park.
You want to put an amusement park on the ship. Like, I think that's too much. Stay on the land.
It's enough water.
You're supposed to be out here getting some tranquility. And I could understand if you're on a long cruise or you need little things to do to keep you engaged, especially if you bringing children. But you knew you was going on a cruise when you booked the cruise. So you should be able to say, no, I'm on the cruise to relax, maybe do a little game, little bingo, whatever. To me, that's what I'm thinking from initially when we first started cruising.
Different that you would not necessarily do when you were on land.
Right. So you don't want to be stationary the whole time on the trip. But that's it. It shouldn't be like a whole amusement park, in my opinion, on the ship. If that's the case, stay on land.
You leave the city so you can go float in the city.
Right.
I guess you could say it like that.
God forbid something happen. We ain't going to even talk about that.
But it's too many.
I'm rambling now.
Yes, we both were, because our passion comes out and we start bending you guys' ear. But we just wanted to inform you and also try to do our best to look at all the comments that we pray we will get,
right,
and to see what your opinions are about upcoming cruise ships that are going larger than life,
above and beyond.
They're removing some stuff and adding some stuff, and then in the future, there's so many that are going to be almost carrying like 10,000 people.
It's a lot.
And when you think of cruising in the past, speaking of which, I have watched a video and it would be good for you to research it on YouTube and find the video that talks about cruising in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's wonderful. And of course,
we'll try to leave the link down below so you can access it. It's very interesting.
And then you get the gist of it, because the whole idea that I feel as a senior is that when you go on, and then maybe even some of the younger people want that too, because today's world is so busy and so mind-boggling. People need that mental break.
Right.
So you don't want to go on a cruise ship and you see the same things that you wanted to leave behind and get peace of mind about. You don't want to see your kids running around. You don't want to see a park. And then don't get me started about the opinion someone asked on one of the videos about a pet cruise. We call it like pet cruises.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
So bring your
pets, dog cruises. And I'm an animal lover, but I don't know about that.
And it should it be with or without? Should it be separate? It's just
man.
You're bringing everything on land out to sea. Is there a message in there somewhere?
Maybe. All right, Lord Jesus.
You got one cruise ship that has Central Park and is already a Central Park, and you got the
it's like so, and then the ship is so big you don't get a chance to see the whole ship because your cruise is only 5 days. It's only 5 days, and you still ain't see the whole ship because it's so big.
Right, you guys think about that too. It's been said when you get these bigger cruise ships coming in, ones that are smaller, they get to go on shorter cruises.
Okay.
Because the bigger ones are going on
long cruises. So I guess that means you cutting into my time.
Yeah.
But we rambling, but
we are.
Again, this is our OMDC news.
But we're having fun with it. So
yes. Yeah. So what are your thoughts once again? Not to be repetitive, but what are your thoughts once again? Let us know down below. Be kind, be nice. This is a safe,
small.
Right. And we will promise we always do our best to respond to your comments as well. We love when you guys, send us messages because you tell us the truth. We love it. But that's all we have for you on our first official OMDC news. And we will love to, again, hear from you. And we're going to come back soon with more news. Whatever intrigues us, we're going to come back and ask your opinion about it.
Say, hey guys, what do you think about this? And then maybe 5 minutes and we'll get
we'll cut it shorter.
We promise we won't ramble.
Yes. And we also have posts. Like our posts on here too, like the YouTube community. So if we don't do a video, we'll post something and you can respond there as well. All right? Okay. All right, y'all. So that is it. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And we will see you in our next video.
Always.
And remember that we have all our details down below. All of our information. Email if you want to email us privately. If you want some information about anything, prayer, whatever. We love to do that as well. Okay? And that's it. That's all we have.
That's all right. For now. We'll be back.
All right, guys. So remember, as always, Jesus loves you, and so do we. Love you guys.
Bless.